Alright, welcome back to KO Bets. Sorry that happened. The last time my connection popped out, it only uploaded like 8 minutes of my stream, so we're still on the prelims. I definitely want to get through this stream. If you're picking up with us here live, right before this video, there is a, 19, I think, minute live that we just had going. We've gone through 4 fights about now. We're on Steven Peterson against Lucas Alexander. A couple of cancellations we discovered. I was checking right here to see how Lucas Alexander has lost in the past. 3 submission losses. Just given how swarming Steven Patterson is with his output, I like him a lot in this matchup. I think the submission for this to not go the distance. Odds makers, they're unsure, but yeah, maybe the submission. Just given the fact that Lucas Alexander's lost 3 via submission. All 3 of his losses came in that fashion, so gonna go with Steven Patterson here, prelim. Now we're on to the main card. We've got Chidi Njokuani taking on Albert Duraev. Again, striker against grappler. Chidi, he's heading into this fight on a 1-fight losing streak. Good striker with devastating power. Definitely capable of knocking out and hurting Albert Duraev. Duraev, he's going to want to grapple in this fight. The issue is Chidi's been improving tremendously in that department, and he's big. He has the frame. He can fight this from a distance. Duraev's going to have to figure out how to not telegraph these takedown attempts. He'll probably... My buddy wanted to come in. He'll probably want to work him against the fence and then just secure like single and double legs, try and get Chidi to the ground and hide his chin. Just don't get hit. I think Chidi wins this. I think he wins it via knockout. I don't really see where Duraev wins this fight. Chidi is a -155 favorite. Sorry, I say that sometimes. Where does Duraev wins this fight if it's on the mat? For 15 minutes, if a majority of the fight takes place there, that's when he wins. I like Chidi this fight. Odds makers don't like this fight to go the distance. I would have to agree. I like the Chidi knockout. Probably something early too. Early in the fight. Damn. San Diego State University just beat Alabama. That's a bummer. That was my team. I picked to go all the way. How's Houston was losing too. How are they doing? Down 15. Houston is. Holy shit. Holy shit. What the... That's crazy. The 1 seeds are going down. Who's the last 1 seed? Is it Kansas? Did Kansas lose? No, I think Kansas is still in this. Let's see. 25th. No, they're out. Who beat Kansas? Arkansas beat Kansas. Wow. So we're going to have no 1 seeds left. That's insane. That's crazy. All right. Little detour in college basketball. Well, hopefully I can make that back on UFC tomorrow, or Scotty Scheffler winning. Next fight we've got is Alex Perez taking on Manel Kape. Losing streak. It has been against Davidson Figueiredo and Pantoja, who Perez just looked awful against Pantoja. I think that was like a guillotine, standing guillotine. He just got put in and choked out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, it was just like he snatched him up and choked him out super quickly. Manel Kape, he's on a 3-fight winning streak. Stop grabbing my sweater. There we go. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's a great striker. Definitely has had some volume issues, I would say, in the past, but he's a great striker, carries some good power to his punches. Improving in the grappling department. It's an interesting fight. I think kind of hard to read just because Perez just, he's been fighting the best of the best, and that's why he's on this 2-fight losing streak. He brings a great wrestling, he'll probably have the wrestling advantage against Manel, but is he going to use it, or is this going to be fought standing up? Manel does have pretty good takedown defense as well, and then Perez has kicks. So I don't know. It's tough. If I didn't have the last 2 fights, specifically that Pantoja fight in my brain, I think I'd like Alex Perez heading into this, just because I could see him, implementing a grapple heavy approach and maybe, being the minute winner, getting a decision. But I don't know. It's a tough fight to read. I'm going with Manel in this fight. I think he's got more finishing prowess. We've seen, I think Davidson Figueiredo choked him out too, right? Yeah, submission. So I think it's possible Perez goes on a 3-fight skid where he's just getting finished. So I'm gonna roll with Manel in this fight. Not loving that money line at all, either way. The KO is odds makers like that. The fight to go the distance, no. I'd have to agree. It just seems like a sketchy fight, depending on what version of Perez we're going to see in the octagon. But trees right now, it's hard to say that because Pantoja is what? Isn't he Brandon Moreno's next opponent? That's going to be who fights for the championship again, next. And he's coming off 1 fight with Perez, and Perez looked bad. He looked bad. But I'm going with Manel. Holy shit, Bean. This cat is shedding like crazy. It's incredible. It's disgusting. Andrea Lee taking on Macy Barber. Andrea Lee is heading into this fight on a 1-fight losing streak. And Macy Barber, she's heading into this fight on a 3-fight winning streak. Angela Lee's going to hold a striking advantage over Macy Barber. And Macy Barber should hold a grappling advantage over Andrea Lee. I think it's going to be a close fight that goes to a decision. And I'm going to roll with... I think Macy Barber gets a couple of takedowns, pushes this fight against the fence. really got exposed against Grasso in the standing department. When was that? That was a while ago. But it'll be interesting to see if she's improved there, because I don't think she's just going to be able to kind of shoot on Andrea Lee without having any sort of setup behind it. But I'm going to roll with Macy Barber in this fight. Decision. Curious where the odds makers have the decision. It's minus, I don't mind that, minus 225. I like that better than the money line, and I don't blame anyone for doing Andrea Lee decision or picking her on the money line. I think that's probably savvy. We're trying to, for the sake of this show, we're just trying to pick the money line winners. And then you can see my Twitter in the bottom left corner there. It's hard to see on this page, but you can see it on Andrea Lee's kneecaps. You know, if you follow me there, I will post my official bets tomorrow morning. Nate Landwehr taking on Austin Lingo. Nate Landwehr, he's heading into this contest on a 2-fight win streak. He's 3-2 in the UFC. And then there's Austin Lingo. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He's 2-1 in the UFC. This is going to be a really fun fight. Both of these guys like to throw down, and they get hit a lot, and it should just be, I think, a war. I think Nate Landwehr is the better fighter, but to get him at minus 200 odds, that's tough. I do think he can get this done. He's tough.